Now on this week's edition of In Focus. We are your local election headquarters, and now we're just days away from the finish line. We'll be right here on election night with our panel. We'll talk with them today about the race for president and some of the back and forth this week as the candidates make their closing arguments to voters. Basil John has the latest from our Washington bureau.
Both candidates kicked off the final stretch of their campaigns, but while former President Donald Trump was in a battleground state, Vice President Kamala Harris was here in the nation's capital.
If you give me the chance to fight on your behalf, there is nothing in the world that will stand in my way.
With the White House as her backdrop, she reminded Americans of what her opponent did in the same location years before.
He is the person who stood at this very spot nearly 4 years ago and sent an armed mob to the United States Capitol to overturn the will of the people in a free and fair election.
I'm asking you to be excited about the future again.
Former President Donald Trump took to his stage in Allentown, Pennsylvania, to warn voters of what he says Americans will get with a President Harris.
This election is a choice between whether we will have 4 more years of gross incompetence and failure, the worst administration in the history of our country.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
All right, Basil, thanks. Today we're also bringing you more of our interviews with the candidates for governor. This weekend, Jennifer McCormick hitting the campaign trail with Kentucky's governor. We spoke with her and with Senator Mike Braun last week.
We're gaining momentum, and Jennifer McCormick's campaign is losing traction because it's clear she would try to run this state in a way similar to what the National Party has done at the federal level, and almost everyone that has not made up their mind yet is probably not going to be for that.
The RGA, the DGA, they've pumped a lot of money into this race. What are the last couple weeks of this race going to be like?
I think it's going to be like any campaign I've been involved in. The primary was a record one. I don't know how you can spend that much money on a primary, but we did. I think that's gotten way out of hand. National Democrats outfund Republicans. They did back when I ran for Senate. That's where you got to be better on the merits of the case, on the issues.
What else are you hoping to share with voters between now and Election Day?
Just as a reminder, we're staying true to those kitchen table issues. And, we're not about some will have a buffet and some will have table scraps. We're about everybody's going to have a plentiful plate. And that means making sure we're paying attention to health care, particularly women's reproductive freedoms, because I trust women and I trust our health care providers. It's about making sure we have a prioritization on education and then good paying jobs. We're going to do that with common sense and bringing back balance. And we have a ton of Hoosiers who can get behind that, Republican, Democrat, and Independent. And we're ready to win this thing.
And of course, we had both Braun and McCormick here in our studio last month for a one-on-one debate, and you can see more of that on our website. Recently, Braun and McCormick joined Libertarian Donald Rainwater for their final debate before the election. Again, polls have shown Braun leading this race, but some polls have suggested it could be a closer race, so we'll see how it all plays out in the end. Meantime, let's look at the race for U.S. Senate. 2 of the 3 candidates were on the debate stage this past week, but the Republican frontrunner, Congressman Jim Banks, wasn't there. Instead, his Democratic and Libertarian opponents squared off to discuss a number of key issues.
Keep in mind that most of what we see, the kitchen table issues, are mostly about price gouging. We have too few companies that are charging more than what they need to charge for products at this point, at a time when they are making record profits. It's price gouging that's the issue.
Our founders warned us about the inherently divisive nature of parties, and especially against having only 2. So we are in an incredibly divided, angry time with a lot of problems caused by a very corrupt system owned by plutocrats that don't really care about you.
Congressman Banks told us he didn't think the debate commission would give his campaign a fair debate, but we did sit down with him recently to discuss a number of issues, including the economy.
Hoosiers are paying a lot more, even than our neighboring states, for the cost of groceries, the cost of gas. The housing crisis in our state is affected by inflation and other factors as well. The fact of the matter is that Hoosiers aren't better off than what they were 4 years ago.
You can see more interviews with the candidates for Senate on our website, where you'll also find coverage of the Attorney General's race as well, including our debate with Attorney General Todd Rokita and his opponent, Destiny Wells. Today, our State House reporter Hannah Adamson has a closer look at the AG's race.
I know we have a strong ticket. I know we're unified. And I'm excited.
Much of Rokita's campaign has focused on accomplishments throughout his first term, such as securing more than $1 billion in legal settlements and challenging red tape he says hurts small businesses.
I'm excited for Michael's win. I'm excited for Mike Braun's win. Because we're going to get some good partners here in the State House.
Challenger Destiny Wells, an attorney and combat veteran, has made protecting workers' rights a key focus of her campaign, promising to create a workers' rights task force if elected.
A large part of our Hoosier population are union members, are middle class. I come from the middle class. That is my family, and I want to make sure that we're serving people and being the people's attorney.
Another top priority for both campaigns, Indiana's near-total abortion ban. If re-elected, Rokita says he will continue to fight what he calls one-off cases challenging the ban.
We're going to continue on. We'll fight all these wherever they're at, but we're very confident in the constitutionality and the reasonableness of Indiana's pro-life law.
Wells says she will protect medical privacy and restore what she calls the integrity of the office, calling Rokita's conduct and the multiple disciplinary complaints he's received, quote, distractions.
That's been the problem with the office, is that the leadership has been violating the rules and acting like they are above the law. I will lead by example. I will practice within the highest ethical standards.
In our latest poll conducted by Emerson College and The Hill, Rokita maintains a commanding double-digit lead over Wells. Although the number of undecided voters in the race also remains in double digits, pollsters say it's highly unlikely Wells will win over enough of them to catch up.
It is absolutely 0% chance of a possibility. Donald Trump's at the top of the ticket, and he's 17 points ahead by your most recent poll. I mean, Destiny Wells has zero chance of winning.
While money is important to get out your message, it's not always the thing that can make or break a political campaign, quite honestly.
All right, that was Hannah Adamson reporting. Coming up next on this week's edition of In Focus, with the presidential candidates in the final stretch before Election Day, we'll be talking with our panel about the latest back and forth this past week and looking at some of the data as our panel joins us here in studio right after this.